how to clear out sexual trauma and in particular karma when we have no idea that we are carrying it within, and also how it actually shows up and plays out in our lives. One thing we have to truly become conscious of is that the moment we are sexually connecting with another, two karmic streams mingle, meaning the one of you and of the other person. When we're acting out of certain default mechanisms in our lives, meaning behaviors, patterns, emotional and mental states of being, then it can be sometimes hard to distinguish whether they're actually ours, whether they are the trained behavior of our body, or they were perhaps passed down through our ancestral lineage. Maybe it's something we picked up from our mother or father, or the energy of another person. You need to also understand that sexual trauma and karma isn't always related just to intimacy and to casual hookups and relationships, but it can also happen in long-term relationships that aren't healthy for us anymore. That's why often when we have a partnership, we use a ring as a symbol, whether that is an engagement ring or an actual wedding ring. But in esoteric teaching, this ring also refers to the ring of Saturn. The planet in itself, if you know, has a ring around it. And Saturn in esoteric teachings is also representative of karma because he is considered the lord of karma and timekeeper. In order to clear out sexual trauma, we need to obviously resolve its root in our consciousness. That doesn't need to necessarily stem from this life or even from ourselves, but it will show itself to you in repeating patterns in your behavior. And here I would like to share with you some examples of how they can play out in your life. When I mention the following words, I'd like you to really tune within and observe within yourself whether this is something that you continuously do, struggle with, or something that showed up randomly as an energy inside of yourself after being with somebody. The reason why the following behavior patterns and emotional states are so crucial and related to sexual karmic trauma and blocks is because they're stored in our, what I refer to, three lower power centers, meaning our root, our sacral, and our solar plexus. Are you experiencing abandonment issues, jealousy and envy across all your relationships, power struggles, volatility and hostility, the need to use your body as a tool to receive love, possessiveness, emotional unavailability, rigid expectations, suppressed feelings, meaning you can't express your truth on even how you feel for another? Are you afraid to commit? Do you carry a lot of insecurities? Can you only entertain drama partnerships? And are you carrying within yourself a lot of emotions of blame, shame, and guilt? There is a saying that goes, when you sit in shit for too long, it eventually stops smelling. What it means in this context is that when we keep living our lives in repeating patterns, making the same decisions over and over again, and seemingly just running in circles, that we will no longer notice that something might be off, that we're feeling unfulfilled, low, sad, heavy, maybe even depressed. But it will be more a normal state to us because we don't know anymore how it could be otherwise. That's why if you want to really heal your own sexual trauma and become conscious of it, you need to first be honest with yourself and realize those patterns as such. Understand where you are playing out the same emotional behaviors, with whom, in what context, and also understand, do they really feel like they're yours? Or is it rather something that you might have taken on by someone else? It is not something that is done overnight, but it's important to take time off, to spend time alone with yourself, and then also stop entertaining anything that no longer feels good for your soul. You'll also notice that people, when they are in happy and fulfilling relationships, it's like their luck changes. And that's not just because they have healed certain aspects within themselves and so did the other person, but they have found a complementary match where they can grow together. In ancient texts, it is often said that if we want to heal any energetic ties to previous lovers, then we should remain abstinent of any sexual encounters for at least 9 months and work with that energy, find its root cause in order to release it. Now, I'm not saying that you need to live abstinent for 9 months, but it is really something to think about. Take off Saturn's ring, physically and metaphorically, and really free yourself from all those karmic ties that no longer serve you.